Question: who are you? What inspired you to make a YouTube channel? How do you feel about the vulgar language in your daughter's music? What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, J Philly, Philly Made, and you know the rest, aka Yo Jada. And I'm back with another video. And today is my very first Q&A video. And so let's just get right into it. Okay, the first question: who are you? Well, I am the mother of 3 grown children. My oldest son, he graduated from college, and he is in a fraternity called the Noops. And my daughter is the middle child, and she is a signed artist. My youngest son, he is an entrepreneur. And my oldest son, contrary to what he looks like, he was not a big fan of school. When he graduated from school, he was so ecstatic. He was so happy that he did not have to go back to school anymore. I just had to have a talk with him and try to encourage him that it's very important for him to get his education. And if I were him, I would go and get my education, because I said, take a look at everybody around you. What are they? What does it look like that they're doing? And if you don't get an education, you're more than likely going to fall in line with everybody else and what they're doing. So eventually he took my good advice and he did what I suggested and went to college, and he's doing very well for himself. Sometimes when your kids are young, going into adulthood, sometimes you can figure out what their natural talents are. And once you kind of figure that out, then, usually you'll, like when I figured out, I just helped them along with pursuing what their natural talents were. Usually when you do what you like as a natural talent, you're gonna be happy and pretty much content with what you're doing, versus just getting a job because the paper said they needed some help and you just need some money. So when my daughter, she didn't want to go to school. I couldn't convince her to go to school like I did my son. She wasn't having it. But I did discover that she was good at rapping. She, every time she would rap and put something out, and everybody at the school would go crazy. And when I saw that reaction from the people, I was like, well, you may be on to something. You might want to pursue this, take this seriously and pursue it professionally. Because I do know that that's a business that she can make a lot of money without having, a degree or, so that's pretty much how that went. And my youngest son, he was that one. He was that one. That couldn't get right. And so he had to go through his own trials and tribulations, to figure himself out. And eventually he calmed down, thank you Jesus for that. And so he's doing his thing now. So that's pretty much how that went, as far as that's concerned. So let's go to the next question. What inspired you to make a YouTube channel? Well, I used to do hair. A long time ago. I was a beautician, and I was really, really good at natural hair, but I was not very skilled at weave hair. So I went looking for videos on how to do weave hair, and that's when I discovered YouTube. And from there, I went looking for how-to videos on fixing certain things on my car. I'm not getting underneath the car, but I do a whole lot of stuff on top of the car. Change the headlights, tail lights, AC filters, stuff like that. Anything on top of the car, I figure out how to do it. And then from there, Chris and Queen's videos were popping up, and I just started watching them, and that's when I discovered that YouTube can be more than just how-to videos. You know, you can do regular lifestyle videos, family videos, and stuff like that. And it looked like it was a whole lot of fun. And from there, I was introduced to everybody else, Armand and Trey, Carmen and Corey, you know, the whole gang from back in that era when they all lived in Houston. So then I discovered that not only could you do videos, but you can also get paid to do these videos. So that really piqued my interest, you know, when I found out that you can actually get paid for doing the videos. Now, if I will ever be a big YouTuber, who knows? You know, that remains to be seen. All I know is I'm just, you know, I'm doing it just for fun right now. It's just for fun, just to try my hand at it. I don't know if I will be good at it or not good at it, but you're never gonna know anything unless you try. So I'm gonna try my hand at it and see how I like it. I'm gonna try my best to be consistent. You know, I can be consistent on anything that's making me some money. You know, if it's not making me any money, then I really don't have a whole lot of my time to invest in it. But we shall see how this thing goes. So yeah, that's pretty much how I found out about YouTube and why I decided to make the channel. How do you feel about the vulgar language in your daughter's music? Okay. Well, as for the cursing, profanity, I curse myself. I try not to curse a lot or, you know, quite as much. But, and I don't really have a problem with that. Me and her both grew up with my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law curses like a sailor. So, yeah, so we grew up hearing that all the time. And so it sounds normal to our ears. You know, whereas though somebody else might, you know, be throwing their head back and, you know, what? So it sounds normal to us. The only thing about that is she probably can be a little excessive and a hair overboard on some of the curse words. And the only problem with that is if it's too many curse words in the song, it makes it that much more difficult to clean up. So you wind up having the dirty version sounding better than the clean version, because if every other word is a curse word, you either have to blank that out, or you either have to find a different word to replace it. So it can really take away from the way the song sounds, because the clean versions are the ones that's going to get played on the radio. So you want your radio versions to sound just as live as the dirty versions. And you don't want it's not going to sound good if you can't really hear the song because every other word is getting blanked out. So that's the only issue that I have. Not saying that she shouldn't do it at all, just not in excess. So that's my only issue with that. Now, I don't prefer to listen to the dirty versions because I'm mom. Being mom, I don't like listening to the dirty versions. I pretty much put on the clean versions if I can. If I can't get a hold of the clean version, then if the dirty version is playing, it's perfectly fine. I'm not tripping about that. But, you know, I can listen to Kaya all day. My neck, my back, lick and you know, down, down, down. Yeah, so I can listen to Kaya or anybody else, or Little Kim or anybody else all day long, because they're not my child. You know, so the vulgar and the dirty, you know, dirty language, you know, with anybody else, you know, is whatever. You know, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with hers, but it's just a little awkward, me being mom, to listen to that. That's just all I'm saying. So, yeah. So that's that on that. I guess let's go to the next question. Oh, why do you brag on your daughter? Okay, let's straighten this one up. Well, first of all, hold on, my hair keeps going to the back. Okay, so I don't call it, I don't consider it to be bragging. The business that she is in is public, and her business is based on publicity, promotion, and all that type of stuff. So that's pretty much what I'm doing, helping to promote her business. And it depends on sales and whether somebody listens or watches, a performance or being on TV or on a TV show or whatever. So it's a very public thing. Now, if she worked at a 9 to 5 at a regular office job as a secretary or something like that, I certainly wouldn't be posting her like that if that's the type of job that she had. But so that's basically all with that is. I was there from the start, day one, many years of the struggle with that to make that happen. Like, my whole family throughout the years came together to do whatever we could do to make sure that she realized that dream. And she's come a long way. It's been a really long time. I know a lot of people that either know me personally or know her personally or know the story and know how long time it's been, and that long struggle it's been to get to this point. So a lot of y'all might be a little irritated, annoyed, looking at me constantly posting her or whatever. And you might be tired of seeing it or whatever. Now, there's some people who don't mind trying to, who don't mind seeing what the progress is. Because as time moves forward, there's different things and different breakthroughs and different things that happen. So some people might want to follow that story, continue to follow the story. And some people may get tired of it, tired of the story. So if that's the case for you and you don't like me posting her all the time or whatever, or what she got going on all the time, you can, you can simply just put me on mute or, not follow me or whatever the case may be. Because I'm probably pretty much going to do that. I will try to post myself and what I'm, have going on as much as possible. I just try to post things that I feel like people would be interested in. I feel like her story is our story, collectively is very interesting. And I just try to post things that will be of interest to people like you. So I just feel like the story behind the scenes, stuff like that, I feel like those are things that people would want to see, not, versus me just posting dumb stuff, just taking a walk outside, looking at the sky, some shit, stupid stuff. I don't want to just really post stuff like that. So I try to do videos with me and my granddaughter, me and the family, or if we're doing something that's pertaining to her in the business, traveling and stuff like that. So that's really pretty much what that's all about. It's not about bragging or anything like that. So you can just get that on out your head. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. Am I proud or excited about some of her accomplishments? Of course, but it's not to brag, and I don't feel like I should have to not be happy about something or not post something because it's going to make somebody else feel some type of way, or whatever the case may be. So that's not it. So I'm glad I cleared that up for y'all. Let's go to the next question. Next question is, what was it like to be at Rolling Loud for the first time watching your daughter perform? Well, honestly speaking, it was surreal. I have watched her perform at clubs before, small gatherings and stuff like that. That was my first time ever seeing her on a very large stage with her picture, her name and everything in big bright lights. I mean, it was I sometimes I still feel like, am I dreaming? You know, it was like a dream come true. It was surreal. I just couldn't believe it. I was so excited. Everybody was excited. I mean, that was a really good experience. It really was. Especially the recent one in California. That one just really blew me away. Everything was on point. The DJ and everything. And she had a choreographer to try to help her with some dance moves, but she kind of got that choreographer kind of late, and so it wasn't as if she had months and weeks to practice. So when she got out there on stage, she forgot all about what the choreographer taught her. So she pretty much freestyled everything that you saw her doing. She just kind of freestyled that on her own. And when we got back to the hotel, before we were leaving California, we were going to do a TikTok. And yeah, so we were like, well, why don't we just do the dance that you forgot to do on stage? So that's what we did. We did the TikTok doing the dance that the choreographer told her to do. And so some of you have seen that on my Facebook page. Now look, okay, so my Facebook page is not a public page. It is not for the public. I made that page specifically for keeping up with out-of-town family members. So a lot of my Facebook followers are professional people and saved people and, you know, sanctified people and church people and stuff like that. So I try to keep the filth down to a minimum. So what happened was I had accidentally made a Instagram page from my Facebook. From my Facebook, it made me an Instagram page. I just was pushing buttons or something, and I made one. But then after I got it, because for a long time I didn't put anything on it. I didn't even pay the page any mind. So after a while, I was thinking, I said, well, you know, I could use that page to, you know, do my promotions and do or say or, you know, post whatever I want to on that page. Yeah, Instagram page, and a lot of people from my Facebook page start following me on my Instagram page, and I'm like, no, don't do it. And that's because, you know, I just wanted to be myself on there, and they were following me over there. Now, I'm not saying if you have already followed me on Instagram and you're from Facebook not to follow me. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just trying to let you know that, you know, there may be some language or filth or whatever on that page, so beware. And you know, so now y'all know the story on that with the Instagram page. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this Q&A short because it's getting a little lengthy, and I'll probably do maybe a part 2 because there's a whole lot of other questions to be answered. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.